Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dee's Tarot. In this reading, we're going to be looking at the sign Libra, and the topic is relationships. If you like this reading, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, and the notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And in this video, we're looking at 12 of the different zodiacs. In my previous reading, we looked at Virgo health and routines, specifically centered around what is your daily routine and how are you addressing your health during this period. In this reading, we're going to look at what is your romantic life like and what is your romantic life like at the moment. Nice and simple. We're just going to be looking at like romantic life. And specifically, so I'm new to reading like for different zodiacs. I'm an Aquarius, and with the different zodiac readings, so there's 12 different houses, and the spread is great for in-depth check-ins. You can use this spread monthly or quarterly as a means of getting insight, clarity, and advice on different areas of your life, from work to relationships. You can then consider what you will need to adjust going forward. And definitely take what resonates with you. So, specifically, Venus, it's known for being diplomatic, sociable, fair, but also indecisive, conflict-avoidant, thriving in beautiful environments, and intellectual conversations. So we're going to look at what is your romantic life like at the moment. Okay, I'm kind of getting the feeling like these two cards want to come out. Okay, so we have Seven of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Seven of Pentacles and Five of Swords. Pentacles is resources and health. Swords is communication. What is your romantic life like at the moment? And again, the Libra is known for balance, justice, and harmony, ruled by the planet Venus, known for being diplomatic, sociable, fair, but also indecisive, conflict avoidant, thriving in beautiful environments and intellectual conversations. Okay, diplomatic, fair. You want things to be fair. What is your romantic life like? We want to avoid conflict. We're conflict avoidant. We love beautiful environments, intellectual conversations. Everyone loves that. Or I do, at least. Let's see. Weaknesses: indecisive, conflict avoidant, people pleasing, can be superficial or impatient. You like harmony, beauty, social gatherings, justice, creative expression. Seven. Seven is a card indicating introspection, investigation, reflection, spirituality. And then Five of Swords. We have 5 meaning conflict, fluctuation, change, and challenges. We went from 5 to 7. Technically 7, 5. We're wanting to, I think, meet in the middle. It talks about harmony, adjustment, alignment, commitment, and pleasure. We want to maybe be committed to something is what I'm getting when we're talking about like love life. You might be I'm definitely not getting like sugar daddy vibes, but I kind of am getting the feeling that you might be looking or investigating with someone who is going to also help be that resourceful person in your life. Nothing wrong with that. Five of Swords. So 5, fluctuation, conflict, change, and challenges. You might be interfering with something right now. Ideas, thoughts, communications, and conflict. You might be going out of your way to find that or have that relationship where it's someone who's going to bring you endless or plentiful pentacles, plentiful resources, health, someone who's going to be there for you and provide for you. And then Swords, I'm getting maybe like, you know, like love language. It's acts of words of affirmation. So I think maybe your love language could be like words of affirmation. You want that. It talks about like fairness. So that might be like what you're willing to do for your partner to help them grow, because we're getting like 7 of Pentacles. And you just want that for your partner as well. You want that fairness and that support. You dislike injustice, arguments, difficult decisions, and feeling unappreciated. You value partnership, strive for balance, often prioritizing pleasing others, which can lead to indecision or avoiding deep emotional dives. Connects well with air signs, Gemini and Aquarius, fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, but clash with earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, over practicality, or water signs, Cancer, over emotional depth. Seven of Pentacles. So I'm going to look at 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is bullying, deceit, hollow victory, intimidation, and aggression. Aggression is suggested by the 5 of Swords. There may be conflict, but no matter who comes out as the perceived winner, everyone loses. Sharp and painful words linger even when the fight is over. Ego may be at play here. Some may feel that the most important thing is winning. Even if the fool wins, trust and dignity have been lost. Every battle has its price. What does victory truly mean to you? Does it involve conquering others? Are there ways to win without hurting loved ones or others in the process? Does your victory necessitate another's loss? When we diminish others in order to lift ourselves, there is no true winner. This card falls for a careful understanding of how we treat others. I think that there's a lot of expectation on something that we want. I think that strong-minded individual is this sign. And we're looking at Libra. You strive for balance. You want fairness. Sometimes, so the 5 of Swords talks about action of look at the true cost. Understand the consequences of your actions. While the adrenaline rush of being the victor may be tempting, what comes after may not be pleasant. Consider who you may regret hurting once all is said and done. Apologize. If you regret saying something that was unfair, there's still the possibility of reconciliation. Ask for forgiveness. And then choose your battles. All conflict takes its toll. Understand which battles are important to you and ultimately serve your beliefs in the long run, in which to walk away from. So this talks about like no matter who comes out as a perceived winner, everyone loses. I think that the Libra has this mind of like wanting things to be balanced, and I completely agree. Like fairness like will rule, and I always believe like the truth will always prevail. So it's definitely like saying like take a step back and look at the true cost, understand the consequences of your actions with the 5 of Swords. Okay. And then the question, of course, was, what is your romantic life like at the moment? Jeez. You seek balance, justice, and harmony. I think that you're definitely like fair, but you're also indecisive and conflict avoidant. I think that we don't have to avoid conflict. I think that if we avoid conflict, we can, lose that opportunity to see another beautiful environment, another intellectual conversation from a different perspective that we didn't have before. I think that we're so in tune with like a certain relationship that we want or how we want the relationship to go, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like, the entire environment is beautiful. You can have those conversations and just give yourself time to try to become a little bit unbalanced. It says like indecisive. You're also indecisive and conflict avoidant. So my camera cut out, but the last kind of thought I had was about, Libra, be a little bit more unbalanced. But I think what it means is like, consider the other person's perspective, or like this other way of thinking that maybe you haven't done before, because that's going to be beautiful as well. Everybody encounters change in our life, so maybe there has to be a change. That's the message that I'm getting, is your romantic life, maybe something needs to change. So that could be a change from maybe a different type, or maybe giving someone a chance that you didn't even think had a chance. So that is the message that we're getting for Libra. We looked at relationships. What is your romantic life like at the moment? And in our next reading, we'll be looking at Scorpio transformation, specifically what changes have occurred during this season, and where is there intensity in your life right now. So if you like this reading, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video for Scorpio, and we'll see you there.